And he got the nerve to say, "Let me suck that gum out your mouth."
Like it was a drive-by. I can't get you out of my mind. I'm saying stop playing, girl, you out of line. Couldn't erase these feelings even if I...
What's good, y'all? It's your girl Toy Tots up in the building. You already know I'm coming to y'all with the story time. But before we get into this story time, I want to give a huge shout out to my 4,000 subscribers. Bro, like we made it. Like we really made it on everything. Like for that, shout out to Queen Caitlyn for giving me the name to call you guys Tolly Team, because y'all part of the Tolly Team. Also, if you new or whatever watching my channel, hit that subscribe button to be a part of the Tolly Team, y'all. So I had my first kiss when I was in 9th grade in the summertime. It was like in June. School was practically done or whatever. And my friends, like, well, I'm going to talk about the day before it happened. So the day before, my friends was like, yo, like, let's just leave school and go to the park. So I'm like, all right, bet that up. I'm about to bounce out this school. I don't want to be here anyway. And at this time, like, I'm not skipping school because technically the teachers didn't want us to be in school and they didn't want us to be there. So they all really wanted us to leave. So it wasn't really like skipping, but I guess you can call it skipping. Anyway, so we all left and went to the park or whatever. And mind you, when we went to the park, the whole school was there. Everybody was there. I'm just like, all right, whatever. I don't care. So me and my little friends or whatever, it was like a good 8 of us that went to the park. So we all sat underneath the little slide and like the little play area. We sat underneath there. And it was like, oh, let's play Truth or Dare. And my friends was just trying to like invite other people over. Like, yo, like we playing Truth or Dare. This and that, y'all should join. So that's when I saw this guy. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God! Wow! Oh my God!
Like, he is sensational. Like, he is like beautiful in my eyes. Back then, like, I wasn't boy crazy whatsoever, and to this day I'm still not boy crazy. So just seeing him, it was just like, wow, like this is something different. Like, I never saw a guy so cute to me before in real life. Like, you know, not on social media or nothing, like in real life. Like, wow. I saw him and he was coming over with his little friend or whatever. We started playing Truth or Dare. Mind you, I'm the type of person that always pick truth. I never pick dare, so I was just like, truth, for them to death. It was like, no, you only get 2 passes for truth. I was like, no, I will use truth however many times I want to. You can't tell me how many times I can say truth. Like, no, I'm gonna still use truth because y'all doing too much with the dares. Fast forward, we gonna call this guy, what we gonna call him? We gonna call him Fang. We gonna call him Fang. So Fang and his friend was like across from me. Excuse me. They was like across from me. I told you I liked it, Fang. So, you know, my way of flirting was just like, you know, messing with them. So I picked up these little rocks from the ground and started throwing stuff at them, just, you know, casually, like, and act like I didn't do nothing. I was like, something childish. Like, that was real childish of me to do. He looked up and he started throwing it back at me, and then I was like, yes, it's working. Yeah, it's working. He was like, throwing it back. Mind you, we just throwing it back and forth. And then his friend got to be the drooling one. He was like, oh, don't throw stuff at my friend. So I'm just like, I'm thinking in my head, nigga, like, hop off. Like, really hop off. Like, why are you joining? Like, why are you trying to come into this? Like, I'm not trying to talk to you at all. You're trying to throw the rocks at me now. And I'm just like, yo, like, I'm thinking in my head, like, yo, chill. But in reality, I'm like, like, nigga, move along. Like, I'm not trying to talk to you. Move. Then his friend was just like, oh, fight me or whatever. So he got up, and I'm just like, nigga, what you being so extra for? Like, I don't even know you, and you being extra. Like, move on somewhere. Like, move along. I don't want to talk to you. So I got up, and we was like play fighting or whatever, and that's when Fang came in, and he was like, oh, like, you trying to fight my mans, this and that, blah blah blah. And I'm like, finally, like, step in, move your friend out the way. I'm trying to talk to you. So his friend moved along. It was just me and Fang. Mind you, like, it wasn't just me and him alone. It was, my friends is like in a group still, but like, you know, I told you I got up to play fight with the bull and blah blah blah, skip all that. So it was just me and Fang. We was like, you know, still play fighting. And he was like, yo, like, what's your kick? was like, you know, that's how it was in my head. I was just like so excited. I'm like, you know, when someone asks you for your kick, it's like,
Oh my God! Wow!
like when someone asks you for your kick, it's like someone asks you to marry them. Like, that's how it was. Like, you know how excited I was. Like, he asked me, and mind you, my kick name was real long and it was real childish. Like, it's _your_girl_Tati. When I tell you, them underscores was lit back in the day. Like, I would use underscores like crazy. So he asked me, and then he was just like, oh, alright, see you, bye. That was the end. So later on that night, I went home and well, he texted me first because I didn't know his kick. So he texted me first and he was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, what's up? And he was like, what you doing? You know, the usual. He was like, what you doing? I was like, you know, watching TV. What you doing? He was like, nothing, you know, dry. So, you know, me, when I say watching TV, I want you to say what you watching so I can keep the conversation going. Back to the point. I don't really remember like how the conversation went. I just know that it ended up us trading like young boy pictures, like when we was younger and this and that. While I was texting him, I was texting my other friend. I was like, we're gonna call her Cinnamon Apple because she wanted to be called Cinnamon Apple in my story time. I texted my Cinnamon Apple and I was like, yo, like I'm texting, almost said his name, Fang or whatever. I was like, I'm texting Fang, like, yo, it's crazy, like, you know, like he's so cute or whatever, like, oh my gosh, like, oh. And she was like, oh my gosh, like, y'all be a cute couple and this and that. And I'm just like, yeah. And she was like, well, tomorrow when we go back to the park, I'm gonna dare you to kiss him. So I'm like, kiss? I was like, you know, whoa, like that's too much. But then again, I was like, well, that would be good, you know, it's my first kiss and it's the guy that I like, so I feel like that will work, like, you know, it'll be a good first kiss. Like, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to kiss nobody yet. Like, I'm not ready to kiss nobody. After I stopped texting everybody, I was just like, wow, like tomorrow might be my day, the day I first kiss somebody. You know what I did? My dumb self was really like practicing in the air. Like, I was just like, all right, like I gotta make sure I'm prepared. Like, I can't go, you know, into that situation unprepared. So I'm like, making sure, like, yo, even I use my pillow, like literally I was like laying down like this, like going in, like I'm just like, okay, like I'm about to go in. keep in mind, like I didn't practice like the tongue kissing part and anything, so I'm just like, you know, I'm about to go in there and just do a couple pecks. So the next day, it was at the park again. It was now this next day, it was everybody. Like, everybody wanted to play truth or dare. Like, my Cinnamon Apple, she didn't dare me because I kept on picking truth because I did not want to pick dare whatsoever. Fang's turn was to come up and he said dare. And she was like, I dare you to kiss Tati. So I'm like, when I tell you, I was just like, no, she didn't. Like, even though I know she was gonna do something like that, but I was just like, no, she didn't. Like, I'm not ready. Like, I'm not ready. And mind you, everybody else knew, like, I didn't have my first kiss. And, oh my gosh, like, just thinking about that moment is just like, wow. So, he was sitting, like, across, like, diagonal to me. So, the girl moved out the way, and he scooted up to me. And I was just like, you know, there. I leaned forward and he leaned forward, and you know, I had to make sure my lips was moisturized because I wasn't about to embarrass myself. So I was like, so no, I wasn't like that. He pushed in and I was just like this. I was waiting for him to push in because I was not about to go. So I'm just standing like this. He went in and was like, we was like that. When I tell you, it felt like we was there for like 10 seconds. It was 10 seconds too long. Like, it was too long. And everybody was screaming. It was like, ah, going crazy because like, they like, oh my God, like, like, she finally got her first kiss and blah, blah, blah. And I backed away. I was like, okay, that's enough. Like, I don't know. So after we kissed or whatever, they was like, let's play. I forgot what this other game called. It's not called 7 Minutes in Heaven. It's called some other game. I really forgot. It was like, pick the girl that you want to choose or whatever. So I'm like, all right, well, Fang was like, I picked Tati, and it was my cinnamon apple went with someone else. We went off somewhere, and mind you, it wasn't like we didn't all go in the same area. So like, my cinnamon apple and her person went in another area, and then me and Fang went into another area. So it was me and Fang, and we went, like, it wasn't behind a building, but it was, because it was like an open area. So like, even though we was behind a building, it was still an open area, okay? If y'all can think of that. Because it was still streets and stuff like that. So anybody could drive by and see us. And anybody can walk by and still see us. So we went behind there, and now this is where, like, I can say this was really my first kiss. So I was on the wall. So I was on the wall. He was in front of me. And he was just kissing on my neck. And you know, I'm ticklish. So I'm just like, I'm like, like, I'm trying to laugh it off, but for real, I'm ticklish. Like, I'm like, yo, like, I'm thinking in my head, like, nigga, stop, because I'm ticklish and you making me twitch. So he was like, what you doing? And I'm like, I'm ticklish. And he was like, oh, okay. So he got the nerve to go on the other side. Like, I told you I was ticklish. Like, stop. So he went to the other side. I'm just like, again, like, and he was like, oh, you still ticklish? I'm like, yeah, duh, I said I'm ticklish. Move along. He got when he was doing that, like, he was putting his spit on my neck, and that's when I was like, okay, he needs to keep his spit in his mouth, because I smell it. Like, I smell it from my neck. Like, ew. So we went on to kissing, and when it went to that, you know, he started peck. He was like, it was just, you know, pecks. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is amazing. This is what I practiced, you know, the night before. But then he got the nerve to slip his tongue in my mouth. He was like, I'm like, what is that? I didn't practice this, so what did you do? He kept going and going, and I started tasting something that I didn't like, and I'm just like, stop. And like, when he would just kept on putting his tongue in his mouth, I kept on end up swallowing the spit. And when I tell you, it was just not right. It was just nasty. And I'm just like, wow, like, this is not what I hoped for. I didn't expect this to go like that, you know? This is not what I practiced. Just thinking about it, it just made me mad. So he just kept on going, and he got the nerve to say, let me suck that gum out your mouth. Nigga, what? What? No, you didn't just say that. No. Like, every time he kept on putting his tongue in my mouth, I was like, no, you're not about to do that. Like, no, I don't like that. I told you I don't know how to kiss, and you keep on putting your tongue in my mouth. Like, I like that. Like, no. And he got the nerve to say, let me suck that gum out your mouth. No. So I just, like, kept on closing my mouth, and then we went back to regular. And he just kept on pushing me closer, and I'm just like, you know, you making me feel uncomfortable, like, you know, stop it. But I was thinking that in my head. I wasn't saying it. And finally, one of my friends ran up and was like, y'all done. Like, walk back now. Like, what y'all doing? Boy, like, when I tell you, I was so happy. He got the nerve to hold my hand like we was boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, no. Nigga, no. Like, we none of that. No, he must was having a bad day, but other than that, no. That turned me all the way off. I'm like, and for you to have stink breath and still try to tongue kiss me, it was just like, wow. Like, you're nasty, and you know better. Did you even brush your teeth before you walked out the house? Did you? Did you? And what really turned me off was like, let me suck that gum out your mouth. Nigga, like, you saying it's like your breath don't stink. Like, hop off. Like, you move along. I was wrong because I kind of let him on. I shouldn't have did that. I should have told him straight up, like, I don't want to talk to you no more because your breath stink. But that's kind of rude. I'm a nice person. Like, I truly am. How can y'all turn a person down nicely? Like, can you just block them? But then again, I couldn't block him because I would see him at school. And, like, you know, he'll ask me, like, yo, like, what's going on? And I'll just be looking dumbfaced, like, I don't know. What? Oh, yeah. So, like, when I was walking home, we departed or whatever, and I was walking home, and all I was smelling was, like, his breath, like, everywhere. Like every time I turned my head, like, it was just there. Kiss scarred me for the rest of my life. That was really my last, well, that was my first kiss, and that was kind of like my last, because I haven't kissed nobody since then, like, since 9th grade. Anyway, that was my story, and like, comment, subscribe, all the goody stuff you already know. It's your girl, Totally Tati, and we out this piece. See y'all.
Like it was a drive-by, can't get you out of my mind. I'm saying stop playing, girl, you out of line. Couldn't erase